Hi, this is Frank Taylor with Nature at Your Door. It's March 3rd, 2024, and I'm in Switzerland on the trail from Melano to Rovio that goes by the Cascata di Botto. Check out my Cascata di Botto, the waterfall that comes out of a hole in the rock, in another episode. Today, I'm going to talk about two of the first spring flowering plants here in the woodlands in Ticino, Switzerland, at the base of Monte Generoso. So stay tuned. Right here in your backyard. You never know what you're going to find. So I'm here in Switzerland in the canton of Ticino along Lugano Lake. And I decided today that I would take the trail up from the village of Melano up to see the Cascata di Botto, which is a fantastic waterfall that comes literally out of a hole in a rock, and it was discovered that it's fed by two underground lakes. As I hiked up the trail through some old chestnut groves, the first wildflower I saw was this amazing Hepatica nobilis, this beautiful flower. It's also known as anemone hepatica, and the taxonomy seems to be a little bit mixed up. Phylogenetic studies have suggested that the genus Hepatica should be included with the anemone because of similar molecular attributes and morphology. Medieval herbalists used this plant to treat liver diseases, and hence the name Hepatica. And they got the idea because if you look at the leaf has three lobes. So the medieval logic was, oh, this has three lobes just like the liver has three lobes. This is probably an indicator that it could be used to treat liver diseases. The use of plants or herbs that resemble body parts to treat ailments of those body parts was known as the Doctrine of Signatures. Furthermore, it was stated that this was a way that God was showing people which plants to use in healing and medicine and for what purpose. There are other plants like birthwort, lungwort, spleenwort, and toothwort, and many others that had parts or colors that indicated the use to heal a body part. Of course, today there is no scientific evidence to suggest that the shapes and colors of a particular plant are tied to its particular medicinal effects. However, we do get so many of our medicines are directly from plant compounds and natural products. It's native to a wide swath across Central Europe. It's one of the most revered and beloved flowers of Lithuania, also in its native habitat, and it appears frequently in folklore and motifs. It's one of the very first flowers to bloom, as it is right here on the trail, and it signals the coming of spring. And the bright blue of this species matches the bright blue skies of springtime here in Europe. The next flower that I came across on the trail was a primrose, and specifically this one is Primula vulgaris with a subspecies vulgaris. In Latin, the word primula comes from primus, meaning prime or first, alluding to the fact that it is in fact one of the first flowers of spring, as is the hepatica here as well. So primrose means first rose. The term vulgaris in the scientific name means common, though picking of this beautiful flower and removal from the wild is actually illegal in many countries to protect its presence here in natural habitat in the woods. Turns out that both leaves and flowers of this plant are actually edible, and the strongly flavored greens were added to salads and soups at one time and also made into teas. This plant and root were used in a variety of herbal medicines, especially as a diuretic and for its expectorant properties. And this is probably linked to the presence of the saponins chemicals that make part of the molecular structures of this plant. In England, Primrose Day was celebrated on April 19th for many years in the honor of a British statesman and Prime Minister who loved this flower. Today in the UK, February 5th is now recognized as National Primrose Day, with many ties to Irish and English folklore as well as some religious significance as well. Thought I'd make this video to share with you the first two wildflowers that occur here in the subalps of Ticino between the Lombardy plain and the majestic Swiss Alps. I'm going to head on up to this trail to check out this magnificent waterfall. I have a video that details the story of this area and this particular waterfall that you might want to check out, the Cascata di Botto. So I'll close with some imagery of this amazing and powerful waterfall here in the canton of Ticino along Lugano Lake. So thanks for watching this special on-the-road episode of Nature at Your Door here in Ticino, Switzerland, just above Lugano Lake, between the village of Melano and Rovia. And remember, if you like what I do on this channel, please subscribe, give me a like, and leave me a comment. I really love hearing from my viewers. And remember, I cover all things nature, from frogs, toads, snakes, and turtles, the myriapoda, insects, trees, wildflowers, and fungi. I cover all the things you might encounter just outside your door. Thanks again for watching this episode of Nature at Your Door.